You're watching Morning Mix. All the areas in the CSRA are rich with history, and one that has it in abundance is Aiken, South Carolina. The Aiken County Historical Museum is a gem of a place that presents that rich history in so many ways for all to enjoy.
With us this morning is Operations and Education Manager Mary Rosbach to tell us more about the museum and some of the events that are coming up. Hey, Mary.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Before we get to some of these events, tell us a little bit about the Aiken County Historical Museum. For those that haven't been there yet, what's the history behind it?
Sure. So the Aiken County Historical Museum, or Banksia, named after the Banksia rose, which is a yellow climbing rose, was built in 1931. It was actually two houses that were merged together, the Harrington home, and then a gentleman named Robert Howe, who was the heir to the International Harvester Association, had the other part of the house built.
And the Aiken County Historical Museum has been at Banksia for a number of years now. What can people expect when they come and visit?
Sure. So we've got 3 floors. We've got extensive gardens outside. We have a map that covers all the grounds, several exhibits, some exhibits that change. We have trained docents that would be happy to take you around and show you what we have to offer.
And I think we have some pictures of Banksia as well, including the one that's on our wall here too. Now, you'll always have events that are going on, and again, Banksia has been there for such a long time. Other locations included the old Aiken jail. That was also in the downtown area too. There's always events and tours going on at the museum, and you have one of them, Family Fun Days.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Sure. So our next one is July 20th, which is next Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And what we've tried to do is offer more educational programming. Our numbers after COVID have just not been what they were, and we want to make that connection with the local schools. We offer field trips along with that. But getting back to the Family Fun Days, this one in particular is celebrating National Parks and Recreation Month, which is in July. So we're featuring parks and recreation organizations all across the county. Those of us that work at the museum want people to understand it's not just a museum about Aiken, it covers all of Aiken County.
And it's not just the events that y'all have to kind of help bring those numbers back up. There are many other things at the museum. So what else is coming up or available for guests who want to visit?
Sure. So our next big event is our annual Spooky Tours event, which will be in October. You can follow us on Facebook at Aiken County Historical Museum, and we keep that updated with all of our event information. The Spooky Tours have sold out the last few years. Matter of fact, last year we added a couple of additional tours at the last minute just to meet that demand. And it all relates back to Aiken County's history somehow.
Taylor will not be on that list.
Okay, well, no, we can go. You got to do it with me.
Oh, I'll do it with you.
All right, let's do it then.
You first.
Oh,
okay.
God.
Let's go ahead and recap the information again for Family Fun Days, when it is, and how people can participate.
Yes. So regularly, it's on the second Saturday of each month from 11 to 12. There's a flyer that has the next few dates. If the time changes or the date changes, again, just make sure you're following us on our Facebook page, Aiken County Historical Museum.
Okay, check that out. Again, Family Fun Days happening on the 20th. This is going to be the next time, and aikencountymuseum.org, the place where you can go for all of the information. Mary, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
More to come here on The Mix. Coming up on the 20th, the group Crowning Lupus will be part of the Back to School Extravaganza and Supply Giveaway in New Ellington. We've got info on how you can help and be helped when Morning Mix returns.
Oh, Lordy. Good job. Good job.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. The mic might have moved a little bit. Might be. Hi, Zara. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, my friend. How are you?
All right. How you doing?
Good.
Let's get you in the middle.
Oh, yep.
All righty.
There we go. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3. And let's do it more. 1, 2, 3. All right.
All righty.
I love your nails.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
So what?
Appreciate it. I needed something like plain and basic.
I know, that's
Oh, she did. Jenny,
Oh.
place the chair on the spot. There you go. There you go.
Alrighty, thank you. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed something just
You don't. Okay.
quick and easy.
Crowning Lupus is hosting their 10th annual Back to School donation drive on July 20th in New Ellington. Last year, they were able to assist hundreds of kids, caretakers, and parents.
This year will be even bigger. Jade Nilius is Executive Director of Crowning Lupus, and she joins us this morning.
Hey, Jade, good to see you again.
Good to see you guys.
Always.
Well, Jade, before we get into the donation drive, let's talk a little bit about the organization Crowning Lupus and your personal connection to it.
So I myself, I have to remember, like, I think I'm a 20-year survivor of lupus myself. But Crowning Lupus started back in 2013, and it literally was a campaign just trying to educate people about lupus. And then it was, okay, this is great to raise funds, but these funds are not affecting the community.
Right.
And so Crowning Lupus was born, and we've been doing more in the community ever since.
And now we are 10th annual donation drive
Right.
event. And while this is a drive-through, people are encouraged to actually stop and take part of what's going on because there's a lot going on.
Right.
What can people expect and what will be available?
So they can expect my dad's famous turkey legs. They can expect food, bouncy houses. We have Dr. Tashawn Creswell, who does amazing with speaking to students. She spoke with the children last year, and they all loved her. So we said, okay, we're going to bring her back. She's also a part of our board as well. And then just a fellowship. It's a time for us to get kids ready and prepared, not just physically, not just with the supplies that we provide them, but mentally, because all of it works together. And so we just want to make sure your student, especially for Aiken County, they're all year round now, didn't really have a summer break. So it's like, let's wheel you in while giving you some fun and some tools to be prepared.
And you see that information there again. It's going to be 10 to 1 at the New Ellington Community Center.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And there are multiple different ways that people can help out, right? So how can they participate by either donating or requesting?
So they can donate school supplies, or they can just contact us directly on our website or via email if they want to donate. The easiest way is to donate on our website at chroniclupus.com, or they can contact me directly at 803-645-8440. But it's a number of ways to give and support, or just come out, come out and see what we do in the community.
Right. And Jade, you've been with us since inception here, 10 years now. How have you seen the need for supplies increase over the years?
Dramatically. I think that people thought with COVID things were gonna just kind of like level off, but it's even more now. The demand is more. We went from serving 200 families to now almost 650, and the number just keeps rising. We have kids that, walk to our back to school event, and so now we make sure that we have boxes and we have additional bags so that they have something to carry their school supplies for, not only themselves but the siblings that they're coming to collect supplies for as well. So the need just continually increases, and we're thankful that we continue to have partners come and join us to help us in this effort.
I think you said before the interview here that your group actually had to go and get more supplies last year because you ran out.
Right. So we always get a certain amount, but last year, we have teachers that come and volunteer, and they were like, "Look, we need some more supplies." So me and my mom and a few other board members, we loaded up the truck and went to deliver at the school to make sure that they were good. And a lot of times we see ourselves delivering mid-year, and it's probably going to be that way again this year, but we're ready, and we just see the need, and so we want to address it.
So let's recap that event info. That's the 10th anniversary. That's Saturday, July 20th. It's going to be from 10 to 1 in New Ellington, in the New Ellington Community Center.
Right.
And if people are interested in volunteering, in case that happens again this year, y'all need to go shopping again. Where can they find more information?
They can just contact me directly at our website. Our email address is on there, so they can just get in touch with me that way, because we always need volunteers.
Absolutely.
Always.
Info at crowninglupus.com, and that's going to be happening Saturday the 20th in New Ellington. Why New Ellington?
I am from New Ellington. I was born and raised on Kimmel Street. And so when I left, I still have family down there. And so it was like, let me go back and support where I was molded at. And so from there, we still have family, friends, close friends that live there. And so I just wanted to be a solution to the community that made me into the woman I am today.
All right, there you go. And that's the reason why she's always here with us. Jane Nealis, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Coming up, are you paying attention to your mental health? Well, it's time to talk about self-care on our next segment with our good friend Poncia. Morning Mix will be right back.
I feel like that, yes.
All right, guys. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Oh, wow, that's my camera right there.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, now she turns it on.
There we go.
You're watching Morning Mix. No new news here, but mental health has always been important. People have always had issues or concerns to people they know, well, beings. 3 years ago with COVID, we got a stark lesson at just how important it is, not with just others, but we also learned to look inside to ourselves. And 3 years on, for many, it seems like we're still dealing with more than what we had before.
Licensed therapist, talk show host, and comedian, and our friend Poncer joins us again this morning to talk about taking care of your own mental health. Thank you for joining us.
I am so excited to be here again. Hey, friends.
Hey. So what are some everyday practices individuals can adopt to maintain good mental health?
We all have to take responsibility for our mental health now. And there are so many proactive things that we can do. When we talk about self-care, this is being very intentional about taking care of ourselves so that we can be healthy and well, spiritually well, emotionally well, as mentally well. That's important. And some self-care activities that we want to do in order to preserve and maintain our mental health, let's start with the basics, making sure that we get adequate rest. Ensure that you're trying to get at least 7 to 9 hours of rest. This actually can improve your cognitive functioning as well as increase your energy and improve your mood. You also want to make sure that you are regularly exercising, making sure that you're moving your body, because when you're exercising and you're moving your body, your brain is actually releasing those chemicals such as endorphins that improve your mood, reduce stress, and also improve your overall well-being. So we talked about healthy exercising, making sure we're exercising, but also making sure that you have a balanced diet, making sure your diet has plenty of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. And so all of these proactive measures are ways that we can preserve and maintain mental health.
Everything you just said, I need to start doing. Okay.
Yes, diet, exercise.
They all go together, right?
They all go together.
Exactly.
And also I would say setting boundaries, learning how to say no. It's important. You have to learn how to say no so that you do not overextend yourself and that you're not exhausted and or depleted, and we're all guilty of that.
Talk to us about the importance of self-care in managing stress. You can prevent burnout. What are some practical self-care techniques?
I believe that you should be practicing self-care techniques every day. You have to find a time to slow down, pause, and also renew and refresh yourself. There's different self-care activities. I don't think that we should always do what works for someone else, but you have to find those activities that bring you joy and that brings forth relaxation. You can engage in hobbies. It may be knitting, it could be fencing, it could be jogging or any type of sport. Also, some people love spa treatments, getting their nails done. I think also you can do spiritual things like meditation and prayer, and also connecting with your loved ones and your friends. Finding time so that you can reduce that isolation, strengthen those relationships, and deepen those bonds.
Now, a really important one here. How can people recognize the early signs of mental health issues, and what steps could they take if they notice these signs in themselves or others?
Absolutely. Some early warning signs that your mental health could be compromised is when you start to see changes in your thoughts, your behaviors, and physical health. I would say some examples of that would be persistent sadness or irritability, difficulty concentrating, also finding yourself being a bit more impulsive or engaging in risk-taking activities, also changes in your appetite or your sleep habits as well. And others have found that when it is very severe, they may experience thoughts about harming themselves or others. And when you are starting to see those early warning signs, it's important to speak with someone that you trust to let them know what you are experiencing. Also, reach out for professional help, like going to a mental health professional. And lastly, learn how to practice compassion and kindness. Show yourself grace. Always talk to yourself in the way that you would talk to your friends. Tell yourself, I've done hard things before, I can do hard things now, I've made it through this difficult challenge in the past, and I can make it through this difficult challenge now. But learn how to show yourself compassion and grace.
Let's not forget that a lot of this is covered and more in your upcoming show, which is
Yes.
going to be happening next Saturday on the 20th.
Absolutely.
Fill us in on what's going on and who's going to be featured.
Absolutely. So I'm so excited about the Ponsier Show, which is going to be Saturday, July the 20th at the Maxwell Theater. Doors open at 5:15. Show starts at 6 p.m. Our special guest speaker is Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child. We're also having comedian Marvin Hunter as seen on Comedy Central, as well as a mental health panel. Dr. Adrian Davis, Dr. Margot Brown, and Nicole Atkinson. And last but not least, we have a special treat. We're having a talent showcase. It's called The Next Best Singer. So I'm so excited about this live entertainment talk show that promotes mental health and wellness, and it's going to be all laughter and inspiration.
That's what I love the most about this. You can have fun.
Yes.
We're talking
You
about
can,
it.
you can have, this can be light.
Yes, we are definitely having humor-infused conversations that tackle serious topics.
Where can people get tickets?
People can get tickets at www.theponsershow or on Eventbrite. Hope to see you there.
All right, there you go. Ponsier, appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
Always good to see you.
Thank you.
Let's check in right now with First Alert meteorologist Tim Strong. We are heading into a hot weekend.
She just gave me that look. It's like, what did I do? Oh my gosh.
You know, they have the blue steel look. They have the Ponsier look.
That was it right there. Holy cow. That's going to be in my mind for the rest of the weekend. All right. Out at the lake looks fantastic here. All we had was a little bit of some early scattered clouds. Temperatures in the 70s most of the morning. Now this kind of part, we're going to set the tone to get back into a really hot, muggy outlook as we go into the weekend. A little bit more humidity is going to start working back in here later today. We're in the 80s, but thankfully we still have a little bit of a northerly wind for today. Those winds are going to switch more to the south, and that means heat, humidity definitely will have an easy time getting back in the area for tomorrow and at the weekend. So seasonal temperatures, lower 90s. As far as the chance for rain today, we were kind of looking at this point at the end of the week to see a little bit better shot at some rain. There may be a few storms that pop up, but better chance kind of in the eastern counties later today. There was already some storms along the coastal region of the Carolinas to start. So it's warm as 85 out in Evans already. Graniteville, North Augusta, we're still in the upper 70s. Fort Eisenhower at 84, but a journey to about the mid 90s is where we're headed this afternoon. So still close to average. What it's going to start feeling like, though, is those triple digits for the heat index. Many low 100s out across some of those south and eastern counties. And then it's just more widespread low 100s, 100, 105 plus through Saturday. And then the same goes for Sunday. And into next week, we're going to continue to see those upper 90s to almost 100-degree high temps for the day. And you can bet with the heat index, it's going to be well at the century mark. Heading into the upper 90s through the weekend. Heat risk definitely steps up quite a bit more. Look at these darker shades of reds and purples kind of mixing in. That's that major to extreme heat risk category, unfortunately, because there will be a lot of heat and humidity coming back in. So the weekend's got plenty of heat. We do have just a small chance for a few pop-up storms in the upper 90s there. Lawn care forecast, working outside. Just make sure you're drinking plenty of fluid, staying hydrated, find some shade when you can, get your work done, get into some air conditioning, and enjoy the rest of the day. So here's where that push of moisture comes in from this low offshore for later on today. So may have just a little bit better from Aiken to Barnwell and Bamberg County toward the beaches of South Carolina for a shower or two. We'll stay with mid-90s. We'll go down in the mid-70s for tomorrow, and then just start watching the pattern get hotter and hotter, and certainly more humid in the next week. Got several days in a row where we could, that's all right, you can go back in here, it smells good. I love these days, man. You get in here, you know the oven's been on, and just the smell of food. These look like pecan surprises.
What kind of look did Ponsier give you?
She just like, I was like, I wasn't ready for that.
That was the it's too hot outside look. Do something about
It was like, what you talking about?
Am I in trouble? I'm in trouble. What did I do?
Thought I
Is it
had
me?
to just
What?
walk right back
Okay.
out the door and try it again and push the reset button. But
Well, hey, all that's right in front of you.
you know what would
This is
go
just a
well
little
on
sneak
that?
peek of what's coming up.
Yeah, that does look good.
Yeah.
What'd you say, cheese?
Oh, no. She said, go to tease.
telling us to move on.
I asked what would go.
Well-
I thought she said cheese.
Well, you can't smell it, but we sure can. We're celebrating National Pecan Pie Day with a tasty treat and recipe you won't want to miss. You're watching Morning Mix, and we'll be right back.
With cheese.
No.
Oh my God! Yeah.
But you guys win like pros.
Well, my iPad also, they had to bring me Nat's iPad, so Cliff had to read all the scripts. Just a great day. I love it.
Stick around, Tim. We got more. We got plenty.
Okay, I can. Yeah, this needs to come out now.
Okay.
I have to make sure the crust, because see, I didn't set the timer on it, so I have to make sure
I saw
that.
you were eyeballing it.
Yeah, the crust has to be done. And I was like, okay, is it done? Yeah. So
Jim, you want to stick around for the pecan pie?
there is more.
In 2 minutes, yeah.
Doesn't he go for it?
He does like 6 miles, 5 or 6 miles down the canal.
And nobody's chasing him. Why?
Me.
That's what I was wondering.
If I'm running, you should run too.
Yeah, quickly. In fact, you should
Now.
pass me.
It's because there's some type of promotion going on.
Well, it's time now for our Foodie Friday, and since today is National Pecan Pie Day, you know we've got to have a pecan pie, right?
That's right. Well, as always, our friend Katrina from Little Mama Sweets is on the job. She's got a special pecan treat you can do at home. Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. Good
I
to
want
see y'all.
to shout out to Katrina. She was at the July 4th celebrations downtown. The best strawberry shortcake sundae
Thank you.
in my hands. Everybody was. I was walking back to the stage, and people were going, "Where'd you get that from?" Hey, what? Got an extra spoon? All right. So
And
National Pecan.
I hear you didn't necessarily share any either.
Not with Cher either. There you go. All right. What are we making here today?
We are making mini pecan pies. So today is National Pecan Pie Day. Pecan.
I was about to ask you, how do you say it? How do you
I'm
say
from the
it?
West Coast, so it's pecan. So it's pecan.
Okay, so you mix it
pecan.
together.
Yeah.
Pecan.
Pecan.
Pecan. Nobody
Yeah.
says pecan.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, that's not a
not
thing. This is on a Cliff difficulty scale. This is probably a 6.
Which means Cliff will never
Cliff,
make it.
Cliff will be
I'll
making
make 'em.
these. It is fairly simple. The pecan pie recipe. This one has 4 ingredients and count of pecans. Pecans.
Now you're thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about
Well, you know what? Stephanie Stuckey, because we just had an interview with her, because they have the pecan log rolls.
Right.
She said, her dad said, it's pecans when you pick them, it's pecans when you sell them.
Oh, pecans.
So,
Pecans.
gone.
You're gonna need 1 egg,
Okay.
some corn syrup,
Yep, lost me there. Okay. I can't do it.
1 egg, corn syrup. You're gonna need a half a cup. Is it half? Did I do half half a cup of corn syrup. I had to remember how much I used. Some vanilla, obviously some pecans, and brown sugar.
Okay.
That's it. You'll mix it all together, and then you'll bake it at 370. I use pre-made pie crust. I saw these in Kroger, and they are the cutest little things.
Okay.
You know, you can make them in your, and I'll show you. You can make them in your. Yeah, this is cool enough. You can make them in your muffin pan.
Okay.
So you'll just put the little bitty pie crust. If you have a real, you know, a big sheet of pie crust, you can kind of cut them and put them in there. And it takes about maybe a tablespoon and a half per muffin tin.
Right.
And you'll bake these at 350 for about 30 minutes. And then, you know, voila, we have pecan pie. So these are little ones. I added just about a quarter teaspoon, maybe. No, I've added a half a tablespoon of bourbon to it.
And now you know why Katrina is always invited to Morning Mix.
I added a half a tablespoon of bourbon to it. The alcohol does cook out, and these one is not enough to really do anything with it. I'm not soaking it like I do our alcohol cakes. So,
Hey, what do you think it is about pecan pie that makes it such a treasure, especially during holidays?
I'm not sure. It's an easy treat. It's an easy dessert. It doesn't take much. Generally, these are things that you have in your pantry anyway. I mean, outside of the pecans. I mean, if you come from a Southern household, there's always pecans in the pantry
That is
somewhere.
true. That is true.
Somewhere, and it doesn't take long to make. It's something that they could put together, and you know, it's there, and it doesn't cost much to make either.
Now, every year for the holidays, I'm responsible for the pecan pie, and I use all the ingredients. I follow the recipe on the back of the Karo syrup bottle, but it costs I half the serving of sugar and do half brown sugar instead of all white sugar.
Okay.
And so that's what gives it its flavor. So I know this is going to taste good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to do these.
I used all brown sugar, and also I was making these last night because I always, you know, try to. My test kitchen is the folks that live with me. So, you know, my emotional support husband.
Yes. My emotional husband-in-law. That's what it is.
You know, and my nieces, I asked my nieces if Maya approved, you know, and she liked it. But what I did different, because I didn't have any corn syrup. I couldn't believe I didn't have any corn syrup in the house. You can substitute honey.
Oh, okay.
For corn syrup, you can either use honey. You can make corn syrup, which I did. I was not going to do yet last night, or you can use maple syrup, and not the fake maple syrup kind. Get the real maple syrup. You can substitute maple syrup for corn syrup as well.
Don't go fake on us with
Well, I
maple
need.
syrup.
That's good in case I run out during the holidays or
Yeah,
something.
you
right.
could always substitute honey because you usually have honey in the house.
Here's the result.
Oh my God. I just always do bluebell ice cream. That's all I need.
There might be some in the freezer.
And some
I'm
milk.
not sure.
Oh,
Some milk.
we got to have some milk in here somewhere. Tim left at the wrong time. If Tim is in the studio, Tim needs to come back.
It feels like Christmas, Thanksgiving. So good.
It gives you,
It
gives you
really
all of
does.
that.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Just
Gives
brings
you
it
all of
back.
that. Yeah.
So
Oh my
good.
gosh.
So these are small enough to where, you know, they're kind of bite size.
Right.
Like if you do like 2-bite desserts,
Yeah, who needs a-
you
who
don't
needs
want
a
to
fork?
don't want to make a whole pie. You can take these and you can freeze them. They freeze really well. You know, wrap them up in your saran wrap a couple of times, and they'll keep in your freezer for 6 months. So you can make them now if you wanted to.
Yep, exactly.
And break them out in November.
Oh my goodness, yes. And you said 350 for 30 minutes.
350 for 30 minutes.
Let it sit and we're good to go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Another great one.
Yeah.
Yes. Always good.
And just so you know where we're going to be next, because I know he's too busy eating to let you know where we're going to be next. It's okay. And we've got more.
Where are we going to be next? Katrina?
Tonight, we're going to be at the Commons for Food Truck Friday. At the Commons, we will not have these at the Commons. I'm so sorry. But we'll also... We'll be at the Commons for Food Truck Friday, and next Saturday we'll be at Streetcar Bragging Rights. It's the summer Bring It Back meet, so Streetcar Bragging Rights is doing that right there on Riverwatch Parkway. We'll be there, and as a added treat, we have two tickets to give away to a NASCAR event. We were in Talladega last weekend, and we got 2 tickets to the Yellowwood 500 to give away.
Okay, cool. Check that out. LittleMamaSweets.com. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you, emotional support, husband-in-law, too. We got more coming up here on The Mix. Entertainment news on the way here on the CSRA's only live morning show, Morning Mix.
A new movie in theaters this weekend has something for just about everyone. Space enthusiasts, romantic comedy fans, even conspiracy theorists. David Daniel has a look.
NASA needs a marketing specialist, and you are the very best.
Fly Me to the Moon is a workplace rom-com. The workplace is NASA during the Apollo mission.
I work here now to sell the moon.
NASA's not something that you sell with a jingle and a slogan.
When I'm done, those men are going to be bigger than the Beatles.
But Scarlett Johansson's PR maven doesn't stop there.
We can't afford to lose to the Russians. We need to shoot the backup version of the moon landing.
You mean to fake it?
I have a production company called These Pictures, and our head of film, Keenan Flynn, had this idea of like, what if we played with the conspiracy that the moon landing was faked or that there was an alternate plan.
Perhaps surprisingly, NASA worked willingly with the filmmakers.
They were very open to that. They knew that I think at the end of the day, we really wanted to celebrate the human achievement that happened back then, but we had to do it by taking head on this OG conspiracy theory and not shy away from it.
It was incredible, and I just feel so lucky to have had some small glimpse into the massive amount of training and everything that they did.
You faked this mission. Every single thing that we have sacrificed will have been for nothing.
You know you couldn't have made it to this day without me.
4, 3.
Counting down in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I definitely want to check that out.
I love Scarlett Johansson and I love Channing Tatum for obvious reasons. So my boyfriend's probably like, not too much.
Hey now.
But yes, it looks like it's going to be great.
I actually went to space camp 3 years in a row. So I was all into the rocket gimbals and the engines and the space shuttle and all that stuff. So that kind of brings me back to, to a bit of a little kid, though. And there are so many people that believe that the moon landing was fake. So this will be interesting if they would come out and see it. Because it actually might be a little bit of truth in the movie itself. On to sad news now, just hearing this yesterday, actress Shelley Duvall has died at age 75. That's according to reports citing her longtime life partner, Dan Gilroy. He told The Hollywood Reporter that Duvall died in her sleep at their home in Blanco, Texas, of complications of diabetes. Duvall was known for her thin physique, large expressive eyes, and powerful performances.
She was a standout, starring opposite Jack Nicholson in the horror film The Shining and Robin Williams in the comedy Popeye. Hardcore fans of cinema also recognize her for her roles in movies acclaimed filmmaker Robert Altman. Other roles in film include Time Bandits, Roxanne, Frankenweenie, Suburban Commando, Home Fries, and The Portrait of a Lady, with Duvall known for her versatility in roles.
Duvall also had a thriving production company with Think Entertainment, which scored multiple Emmy nominations for their innovative children's programming for cable. Duvall revealed on an episode of Dr. Phil back in 2016 that she had been suffering from mental illness as well. Condolences to her friends and family as well, and her fans too.
Yes.
Sad on that. Hey, here's something to make a number of viewers nostalgic and maybe a little bittersweet. Happy Days are here again, but only 50 years later. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the 1950s themed sitcom, Happy Days actors were featured at a huge classic car show on Thursday in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Anson Williams, Donnie Most, and Henry Winkler attended the Iola Car Show, the country's largest, featuring more than 2,500 vehicles on display.
Some 120,000 people participate each year. Money raised benefits more than 130 local community organizations. As for Happy Days, the popular 1970s TV show was about teenagers in the 1950s, complete with lots of classic cars and motorcycles.
And I feel so old now. Happy Days is 50 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of this before. So.
You've never heard of Happy Days?
I haven't.
You've never seen Happy Days?
When did it come out?
We're going to have a show dedicated to Happy Days. And we'll get the Fonz on Morning Mix. I guarantee it. So you get associated with Taylor. It's okay. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Well, today's social question, what are your must-have items when you're grocery shopping? We're making a list and checking it twice with your answers next on Morning Mix.
You really haven't seen any Happy Days? Okay,
my
we'll
God,
talk about
Cliff.
that. Let's check out your answers to our social question this morning. What are your must-have items when you're grocery shopping? Melissa Cross, it's milk, toilet paper, Campbell's soup, and Duke's mayo. Okay.
Brian says bread, milk, lunch meat, cheese, and peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly in my fridge. Paper towels and toilet paper for Carol.
Lonzo says money. What store are you shopping at?
Yeah, come on, man. Let us know. Jim, milk, bread, eggs, coffee, and paper products.
Janice says with the cost of groceries these days, lots and lots of money, then the basics.
Okay, I agree. Hi, Deborah. It's milk, eggs, bread, and cheese. I get paper products at a different store.
And then John says eggs, low-carb tortillas, almond milk, cheese, and munchies.
Hey, have yourselves a great weekend, everybody. We'll catch you later today at 3.
Thanks for joining us on your Friday.